I'm Larry Farver, and let's queer up the USA view. San Francisco mural highlights sex workers and LGBTQ rights. A new mural in San Francisco painted along the side of the San Francisco LGBTQ Center on Market Street was created by local artist Tanya Wischerath in collaboration with the advocacy group DecrimSexWorkCA California. Wischerath said, quote, "Sex worker justice is LGBTQIA+, racial, disability, immigrant, gender, HIV, and justice," end quote. She added that she hopes people affected by discrimination or marginalization take a moment to internally examine their relationship with sex work and how they've been conditioned to look at it. Wischerath said the mural is not meant to glamorize sex work. It's about giving dignity and justice to this group of people. The mural was officially unveiled on May 31st, ahead of International Whores Day on June 2nd, a global day for advocating for sex workers' rights. Lotus Lain, Vice President of DecrimSexWorkCA California, said the project collaborates the contributions of Q, trans, BIPOC, sex workers while pushing for greater protections and decriminalization. Lain also urged lawmakers to include sex workers in policy discussions. Well, sex work has been around since the beginning of time.
The oldest profession.
It is. It's biblical. It goes back, certainly.
Literally, there used to be prostitutes in temples. That's how, in the even in pre-Christian times, there were temple prostitutes where they were paid to have sex with worshipers for whatever reason.
Well, that's a good way to get people into church.
If there's such thing as reincarnation, maybe that sounds pretty kinky
also,
to me. I hope that, maybe that was me.
Can we talk about the fact that, sex work is bad, but if you put a camera in the room, and suddenly that's profession?
Right.
I mean, if we can make porn, why is a sex worker different than other things? Of course, the red states have been trying to ban both of those things with huge failures because red state is some of the largest consumer of porn.
Right. I think one of the other things, I love the decriminalized group and the LGBTQ Pride Center in San Francisco for putting it up. But at the same time, you're looking at between the gentrification and the cost of living in San Francisco, are sex workers even able to afford living there? I actually checked on the MIT living wage calculator while we were preparing. You need to make about almost $70,000 a year.
You got to be good at what you do.
With no kids. If you have one kid, so that's about $33 an hour.
Yeah.
If you have one kid, you need to make about $70 an hour to live in San Francisco.
Wow.
I don't know anyone that makes $70 an hour. So that's insane.
Bobby does.
No, but I would say that, if you're engaging in sex work, there are variation of prices that goes all the way up to quite a few.
Tell us about some personal experiences.
It wasn't me. I was just actually there was I think I saw a TikTok account of someone who claimed to be a famous male prostitute who is now planning a memoir, and there are of course other people who are on Twitter who claim to have slept with successful certain politicians.
Did they make
a certain lady Buck comes to mind, and
Lindsay.
Bobby, but we both know that we're call girls high end. They're never the ones that the police go after. The groups like decriminalized sex workers aren't having.
They're talking about the ladies on the street,
or a lot of trans women when they can't find employment. They're not making $1,000 a night. It's a very serious economic justice issue.
The thing that irks me the most about justice for people that do sex work is that when they get picked up by the police, they get charged with a crime the same as the person who picked them up as well. And a lot of these people, it comes down to human trafficking. Some of them don't want to be doing what they're doing. Some of them lack opportunity. Some of them are underage. I mean, there are a lot of things that if you would just not even necessarily regulate it, but just decriminalizing it would make for a situation where justice can be served, because then these ladies and gender nonconforming people who are performing sex work, which is a job, I have to say, because I've had some, I'm not a sex worker, but I have to say I've had some hookups where it felt like a job. I'm just saying I didn't get paid for it, which was not good. Anyway, but I do want to say that, if you decriminalize it, you allow people to come forward when they are abused. You allow people to come forward when they are raped, when they are violated, so it kind of puts the onus, where it belongs.
There are multiple countries in Europe, for example, where sex workers has unions.
Right.
And,
In
they
Holland.
collectively bargain for their healthcare rights.
Right.
In Netherlands or I think in Germany or in other, I don't remember which country, but the point is, if you decriminalize it and let workers organize, that they are much better off than having to stigmatize them. I think part of it, and at least in the English-speaking world, is that we, especially in the United States, is that we come from a Puritan mindset where any kind of fornication is either seen as shameful or deeply immoral in any way, unless it's missionary position in 30 seconds.
The only thing that's shameful about it is if you don't enjoy it. That's when it's shameful. And I want to say there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.